Well, good morning. Welcome to Buddha's in Your Landfill. Did you have a great weekend? I did. I watched Black Panther. And so I've been writing about that this morning, and it's been leading me into unexplored territories, which is what movies, and I'll call it a spiritual movie, which means it's a movie to wake up by, a dream to wake up by. So let's talk about the dream to wake up by, and what is the dream, and what does it mean to wake up? So there's a lot to cover here. And let me adjust this thing here. So the title of this is Don't Eat the Menu. And so let's see if we can tie that idea together with the movie Black Panther. Now, where to begin? Well, let's talk about culture. Now, I've been rereading my old books on Cracking the Cosmic Egg by Joseph Chilton Pearce, which I recommend. And he's really given me reawakened my vocabulary about culture. Because, from the age of up until 6 years old, we are all in the primary process of direct experience with reality. In other words, everything we're creating a reality structure in the brain in the first 6 years, tasting it. It's all direct experience. The brain is formulating a reality construct that's always expanding. Oh, I learned this, and then I learned that, and then I go there and there and there, and I'm in through direct primary experience. But then after 6, the child now is being indoctrinated into culture. You go to school, you learn a language, and you learn semantic reality, symbolic reality, so you can manipulate reality. So you're no longer saying, this is a marker. Now it's a symbol. And now you can use it, and you can be MacGyver, and you can use it for a tool. You can operate on this, you see. That's what MacGyver, remember the TV show? It's operational thinking. He can, this is not just a marker now, it's a door jam. It's a door jam. You see, it becomes a door jam so he can get out of a fix. It's no longer a marker, it's a door jam. So that's operational thinking. If you can't operate on the symbolic reality, you can't operate on reality. You are kind of like an animal who just does what your instincts tell you, see. Anyway, I digress. So the idea here is, the metaphor here is the menu. So we are acculturated into a menu of cultural choices. You grew up in a hometown. Now suppose your hometown was closed. There were no outsiders to come in. There were no newspapers, no radio, nothing. All you knew was what you had in your hometown. So all of the role models, as you're a child, who am I going to be? Well, you look around. Oh, well, I can be a postman. I can be a milkman. I can be a businessman. I can be a housewife. I can be a teacher. I can be a garbage man, or I can be the drunk over there. Those are the choices of the menu. And I get to choose between what I want, you see. But then somebody comes into town, and he's wearing, and maybe she is a ballerina. Or maybe he is a painter or a musician, or maybe he is an architect. Anyway, he is doing something that is not offered by your hometown. And your eyes open wide, and your body knows that I'm going to be that. That's body knowing. You just know it. It's not like, oh, should I be this or that? Because it's not a choice. The choices are only what's offered by the menu. Do you want mashed potatoes or string beans? Do you want pork chops or steak? You can't choose snails or some exotic food that has never been experienced is not on the menu. We can only choose what's on the menu, but we can know, body knowing, when we see a possibility that's not on the menu. And that possibility has to come in from outside. If it's not on the menu, you can't choose it. You can't even imagine it. If you had never seen a ballerina, could you imagine a ballerina? You would have to see one. That's direct experience. And you know, and your whole life changes. From then on, everything you do, you're going to be that ballerina. Or you're going to be that Olympian skier. Or whatever it is, you see. So role model is that which penetrates our local cultural menu, in which we are acculturated as a child through our parents, family, neighbors, you see. They're all acculturating us into a particular set of choices. Some people in our local culture have less choices than others. For instance, in the South, black people had less choices on the menu. Women had less choices on the menu. Gay people had no choices on the menu. It wasn't easy anyway. So don't eat the menu. So what happens then, staying with the metaphor, is that when we are acculturated into the menu, all we do is eat the pictures, the images, the symbolic images on the menu. Mwah! You see, that's... I never experience the marker directly anymore. I just know what it, I know it's a marker. What else is new? You know? So we just eat what's on the menu. But culture is very smart, you see, because the purpose of culture is to maintain its homeostasis. That's a new word I've learned. Homeostasis, which means there is a tremendous inertia for the menu culture to maintain its eaters, its members, you see. It doesn't want anybody to not use the menu. So what does it do? Well, it just offers new choices. Today we have pork chops with gravy. Oh, I'll have that. I'm bored with the other stuff. You see, so menu culture just keeps offering new choice. So we're still in the menu, although we think we're choosing out of the menu, but it's still in the menu. So all arguments and conflicts are all about what's on the menu. None of it's about direct experience of reality. None of it is about, and there are different words for this, so I'm just using body knowing instead of mind knowing, okay? Just drawing a distinction between that, because we live in the culture, we live in mind knowing, and that's choices. There are moments in our life, though, when we drop into body knowing, but it's not, we don't understand it because it's not on our map. When you fall in love, you know that's the one. It's not a choice. If you have a choice, then you are terribly conflicted. Oh, should I choose this one, that fellow, or that fellow? Oh, wow. You go through a terrible crisis until you discover body knowing. He's the one, or she's the one. I know. And then there's no doubt. There's no doubt in body knowing because there's no choice. It's non-dual. It's not dual. This is dual. Mind knowing is always dual. Choices, you see. Choices between this or that. Body knowing, there's no choice. You're Nike. You just do it. But getting back to Black Panther before we run out of time here. So Black Panther is it's on Netflix, Black Panther is what I call a dream to wake up by. Because it gives black people who are acculturated to a menu that offers limited choices the possibility of a new way of being in reality. It offers the idea that you are fundamentally good and that you can create your life. See, that's not on the menu in the racial culture that we live in, you see. So black people, minorities, are put on the back page with a limited number of choices, you see. So you have to stay in the back of the menu where colored choices or choices for minorities can be. That's where you can choose from, you see. You can't choose from the whole menu, but even that, you see, are choices within the menu. So the dream to wake up by has to come at us through fantasy because it can't be on the menu. If it's on the menu, it keeps you in the menu. So it has the fantasy or the metaphor or the science fiction points to body knowing that is not on the menu. You are basically good, says the Black Panther. You are powerful. You can create your menu. You can create your reality. You are the creator. You're not the created. That is a message to wake up by. So now it's not that you need a role model. See, Black Panther is not about a role model content. You're not going to, you can go buy a Black Panther suit and go join a Black Panther club, you see, like Star Trek or whatever, you see. That's just being on the menu. No, the waking up is that you put down the menu altogether and you have direct knowledge then, a body-knowing knowledge of reality, and you create your reality. Now, you create yourself because reality is good. Food is good when you taste it. But as long as you're eating the menu, something's lacking. Yeah, no, I need something else. A little more hot sauce. Right. So direct body knowing is directly eating reality, and the experience of that is that this is good. Life is good. I am good. Fundamentally, basically, life, which includes what body experience, body knowing, means that I am reality. I am what I taste. If it's a symbol, I am not what I taste because it's a symbol in my mind. And then you're in comparison, like, oh, well, this pork chop is not as good as yesterday's pork chop. It could be better tomorrow, you see. But reality, when you taste reality, there's no comparison because this is it. There is no, when you eat a carrot, it's just the carrot. It's not, you can imagine something else. Oh, this is not as good as that. But the carrot, you see, is reality. And when you directly taste the carrot without the filter of the menu, it's good. There is no comparison because now you are reality. And now you can't compare yourself to anything because you are reality and you are uncomparable. There is no you to choose from. There's no future. It's all just this and it's good. It's good. Thank you for dropping in.